Alright, so I'm not sure how well this video is going to turn out because this is an old GoPro, although I'm thankful for it. Also, hi, this is what I look like. So, I mean, here we are looking at the car. The garage is messy, but you know, it's a garage. I'd rather keep it in the garage where it's messy than, you know, outside. So, this is my 2019 Mustang GT. It is the premium, but it is the 400A package, not the 401A with the digital gauge cluster. It is the PP1. The PP2, I believe it comes with different wheels and maybe a couple different things, but yeah, this is the PP1. It's a little dusty, but other than that, let's bring her outside and get her all warmed up. So forgive the mess. I have, you know, a couple masks here because, you know, it's COVID time, gotta love it. A couple receipts, you know, a Sharpie from work. Other than that, you know, just your average car. You have, you know, obviously what comes with the performance pack is these gauges here. I don't know how well you can see since it's bright outside and I'm in the garage and it's pretty dark in here. But you know, premium package, so you got the touchscreen here. This is an aftermarket steering wheel that came with the car when I bought it. It's an Alcantara suede leather, or suede, sorry, Alcantara suede leather. What the hell am I saying? Alcantara suede steering wheel. Stripes a little worn out, so eventually I'm going to replace this. I haven't decided if I'm going to be going carbon fiber or just another one. This car does have adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic wipers, you know, pretty much all the good stuff, ambient lighting. It just is missing though the blind spot monitoring system. So as you can see here, I don't know if you can see right now, I'll pull out and show you again, but on the mirrors you can see that there's the little blind spot mini mirror thing there, as opposed to having the light that the 401A models do have. This car still does have automatic lighting. I believe the base models come with that as well. But you know, start up, and it is the 6-speed manual transmission. So let's pull her out. I only drive it in sport mode, but if you're in the cabin, this is how it sounds. So I'm going to just go through the modes real quick for you. So between sport, normal, and track, it's really hard to tell the difference when you're just sitting here. I mean, it's such a minute difference that, you know, you can't really tell. When you are driving in like quiet or normal, the valves are like, so if this is full open, the valves are sitting like that. When you're in quiet, obviously they're fully closed, but when you drive, it eventually opens up as you get higher in the RPMs. So you actually hear the exhaust. I will say, when you are driving in quiet mode, you honestly pretty much can't hear it all. It's like, it's quieter than the stock active exhaust that this car comes with, which I think is really nice. The exhaust, I know I haven't said it yet, but I am running a Corsa Performance Xtreme catback, and instead of the X pipe, it is the H pipe. So the H pipe, I believe it's from Lethal Performance. I did buy this exhaust secondhand and install it myself. So yeah, the H pipe, it gives a deeper sound, and the X pipe is a little raspier. So the H pipe was, you know, and obviously for me, I really like deeper sounds, so you know, that worked out for me really well. And on top of that, I got a really good deal on it. Make sure everything's working here. Yeah, so we got the 6-speed manual here. Super nice. This is actually my first manual car, so that's super chill. I've gotten decent at driving with it. I'm not amazing, not claiming to be amazing by any means. I'm definitely, you know, not the best manual driver, but you know, we all start somewhere. So yeah, like I said, this is a 6-speed manual. We're just gonna be driving it around right now. Let you guys hear how it sounds, windows up, windows down, just daily driving it. I'll probably make another video in the future with how the exhaust sounds, just like you know, just showing exhaust sounds, flybys and stuff, whatnot. But yeah, let's close the garage real quick up here. And we're all warmed up, so let's get our seatbelts on. And I am using CarPlay here. Obviously I'm not gonna be, or maybe I'll play a couple songs. Copyright. But, you know, CarPlay here, so it works Android Auto as well. You have one USB here, one more in the center console. You just open it on the side just like that. I'm not sure if you're able to see that on the camera if it's cut off. But yeah, I can do an in-depth later if, you know, I decide to. So, yeah, I'm sure most people know how to drive manual, so... I did leave hill start on. As I said, you know, I'm not really proficient with driving manual yet. So for me, especially here where I live, it's a little hilly, you know, hills like literally everywhere, which also does not help with gas mileage, which sucks. It is very loud. It also does have the rev matching, which is really, really nice. And I don't know, I just really love that. It just makes it so easy to drive. And I know I've heard from people that do know how to drive manual or that are, you know, experienced with it, that having the auto rev match is super nice. And I can attest to that. Although I'm a new driver, the rev match is just super, super great. Eventually I'll turn it off, but, you know, for now, since I do daily drive the car to school, just gonna leave it on. But yeah, I'll just stop talking, shut up for a bit, and let you guys enjoy the car. Forgot to say, sorry, one more thing before I stop talking. The car does have Sync 3, or sorry, it's Sync 3, but updated to the latest one, so this is what comes on the new Mustangs, like the 2021, 2022. It's Sync 3. I know the Bronco has Sync 4, which that has wireless, Bluetooth or whatever, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So yeah. Adjust that a little for you there, just so you can see what we're doing here. I know it's gonna be a little hard to see outside, but Don't mind that, you know. Not gonna be a super long video, but at least, you know, maybe if you're watching, you're debating whether to get the car or whether to get the exhaust. I mean, maybe it'll help you. Hopefully it does. If not, you know, it is what it is. Maybe I can make another one for, you know, to cater to, you know, whoever's looking to, I don't know, maybe hear how something sounds or whatnot, but put it in quiet mode real quick just so you can see. I'm not sure you'll be able to hear me. You should be able to, but so this is quiet mode now, and I'll switch back just between the two a couple times so you can hear it. So I'm like giving like half throttle right now in 6th gear. So yeah, you can see that it's pretty quiet. Even downshifting up to like 3,000 RPM, super quiet. You get on it a little bit, they will open up. It's going to be a little hard to hear right now because I have my windows up and we're on the freeway. So, you know. But, yeah, so this is how it is driving in quiet mode, you know, if you don't want to be super obnoxious, because the track mode, sport, and normal, when you start getting on the throttle, they do get super, super loud. So, you know, especially if you have a quiet neighborhood, the quiet mode is going to be super good to utilize to keep your neighbors happy, you know, because if your neighbors are unhappy, then, you know, you just want to keep your neighbors happy. So, yeah, that's how it sounds. I'm just going to exit here. So I'll drive it in quiet mode for a minute, and then I'll take it out because quiet mode sucks. It sucks when all I want to be is loud. So you can unplug the valves. It's literally just a plug. You can unplug them and leave the valves open to keep it in track mode, which is what the previous owner did. But you know, I got the active exhaust car for a reason. so I can adjust it if I want to, if I need to be in quiet. And sometimes I do, because where I live, at least, the cops are assholes. No offense if you're a cop watching this. Some of the cops are assholes. So, yeah. So quiet mode, you can almost barely hear it. Here, I'll give it a little rev as well, just in quiet mode. So you can really, really barely hear it. So yeah, that's what quiet mode sounds like. Another Mustang over there. All right, so quiet mode, you know, like I said, you can barely hear it. Step on a little bit. So as you can see, like I said, it does open up, but when you are just driving, you know, without flooring it, super quiet. So I'll just drive down the street, and before I make my next right, that's when I'll change it back. So hopefully this light changes. There we go. So, you know, right now, literally, you can barely hear it. And honestly, it's kind of mind-blowing how quiet it gets, especially with taking into account how freaking loud it gets when the valves are open. But yeah, so let's put this back in track mode so I can hear my exhaust. There we go. Just like that. And that's what's super nice about having the active, is just being able to change it whenever I want to. I know it might be super hard to hear me right now just because car's loud, windows are down, but give you a little windows down pull. That's how the car sounds. I mean, I love it. It's super loud, and that's my thing, so. Did not mean to put it in slow snow wet mode. Also, normal mode is also really quiet when it comes to just daily driving it. In all the modes, to be honest, there's no drone. If you are driving it purely in track, around 3,500, if you just literally stay on it right there, obviously there's going to be a little drone just because, you know, your exhaust is going to be a little loud, but it's so minute that the difference it makes, you know, I mean, the drone just overall with this exhaust setup is totally not bad at all, if there is any. Like I said, around 3,500 in track mode, there is a little bit, but you know, that's just because, you know, around there the exhaust itself is just loud when you're driving. And unless you're cruising at like 130, you shouldn't be just chilling there at 3,500. There's no reason to, unless, you know, that's just how you drive, I guess. But for me, you know, I usually just drive, keep it around like 1,500, 2,000 after our shift, and that's what I normally cruise at. And with that, and I always drive in track, so there's no drone for me. But yeah, this exhaust and this exhaust setup in this car is just amazing. I think Ford did a really, really great job designing this car. Unfortunately, they did make the Mach-E, which they're calling a Mustang, which is very sad. But, you know, more thing to point out is that this transmission, the MT82, like everyone says, like it's always, you know, continuously reported, is super loud. It's clunky. It's, you know, putting it into first from a stop like right now, it does clunk. It'll go like boom. that's the best way I can describe it. It's just a loud transmission, even when the car is off and you're just going through the gears. It's pretty loud. But you know, I'm not saying it's an amazing transmission, but it's also not the best, of course. So, you know, it is what it is. Eventually, you know, hopefully I won't have to replace it, but I've heard that people are, which does suck because I'm sure that's a good amount of money. But yeah, so that concludes the video here. I will make another one soon with just, you know, mainly focusing on the exhaust, but I just really wanted to give more a driving POV experience, especially with my first car being a manual. And like I said, I just want to, you know, make sure it's put out there that I'm no professional, nor am I amazing at driving manual. Like I said, this is my first manual car, so I'm still learning, still figuring out, you know, exactly how to drive it, the best way to drive it, what the car likes and whatnot. So if you guys have any tips or whatever, for sure leave them in the comments. But, you know, I'd appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up. And hopefully I'll be making more of these videos. So hope you guys have a good one.